Hello, 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 hello,
What's
hello.
up? What's up?
Welcome
What's up?
to
What's up?
Chatbox. Back here with you is DeanoCantino, myself, with my fellow mates, Mr. Kalen, KLM Pace. How are you, my brother?
What's up, boys? I'm all good. I'm all good. Let's go. Let's get things on the road, bro.
Absolutely perfect. Okay, so quickly, let's just take a look at last week, what was happening on our show with the weekly showdown. Everything was perfect. So we had our GTSSA season started. Kalen, how were things going there for you?
Yeah, so GTSSA season started round one. I think a lot of the guys were quite excited for the uh, new setup that the guys had in terms of making sure that it kind of correlated with the Saturday FIA races. And yeah, quite cool and very, very interesting racing, which I think we'll see in later on in the show.
Definitely, I think you nailed it on the spot. Now that our GTSSA, which is the Gran Turismo Sport for South Africa, is linked to FIA to get us on the ball, our Wednesday race definitely prepped us for Saturday. I think in Saturday we had more than 10 victories from different people, and I think almost 20 different podium slots. All the way from your
100%.
guys' lobbies, A pluses, all the way down to E. I think it was absolutely brilliant. I mean, your guys' pace and the Pool 1 pace was actually on par with the FIA Super 16 Superstars paces within 3 seconds.
Really was, and it's crazy to think that, especially that we did try quite hard in terms of practicing for the race, and yeah, it's really crazy to think that we actually making it far. Kaz, I hope you're listening, brother.
I hope so too, man. I hope so too. Okay, so
Cool.
let's just quickly have a rundown from our daily races for last week. Have a look at the logs. We have some brilliant results here from last week, especially daily race C, where a couple of guys were definitely in the top 50 in the world. So let's quickly have a look at this. So let's have a look at the top 10 for Daily A last week, which was TX3 Big Steph with a 225, Punitoni with 225 as well, all the way down to DBI Erks, I apologize for that, with a 226.7. Then let's
And if
look where
I'm
our...
not mistaken,
Yes,
Daily A was El Sache with the Peugeot, right?
that's correct, yes, with Peugeot Sports
That's the one.
2014.
100%. Okay, cool.
Perfect. Then we had our number one GTP GTI, which happened to be in the top 10 for a couple of, I think, a day or two with his 227, all the way down to 229. Actually, some awesome paces here within 3, 4, 5 seconds only from the world's fastest, which is absolutely beautiful.
Nice one. Nice one. Onwards and upwards, as they say.
Definitely. Let's have a look at Daily B. This should be very interesting as well. TRL Adam, always his name up there. 239 with the GR Supra. This was part of the new launch for the Supra that's been added into the game after the new updates, if I'm
Yeah,
not mistaken.
yeah, that beautiful, beautiful car. I love that Supra.
Okay,
I
beautiful.
wish I had
Makes
one of my
one of
own.
us. Okay, so it runs down from what 239.5 to 244, only 0.9 of a second in the top 10. So let's check how our South Africans fared.
Whew,
Not so good. And this,
not so good. No, but
244 all the way down to a 250. I don't think we pushed Daily B, to be quite honest. We pushed Daily A and Daily C.
yeah, and I think also with it being an N car, it is something that the guys have to get used to. And I know with SA races, we do love our group 1, 2, 3, 4 cars, and rarely use the N class cars. So I think one of the things we could probably look at maybe improving. I know that the Nations guys do use the N cars quite often.
Definitely,
So
definitely.
yeah, but great, big ups to Mikhail there for posting the top SA time.
244, 240. That's beautiful. So on to Daily Race, you guys. This is the one we did focus on. You
Yeah.
will see a lot of insane fast times here, just outside the top 10. We've got your Pure One Josetti, Pure One Fire. This guy probably has got the most top 1 spots with that Datsun of his in the world.
Yeah, for sure,
Even in
for
this
sure.
week's
And
daily, everybody's using the Supra, and here comes Pure One Fire. Number 1 beats number 2 by zero point 0.4 in the Datsun.
yes, it's crazy, bro. And I hate that car. I don't know how Yokes managed to keep it on track.
Datsun is definitely my manufacturer as well. So you got 212.9 and only 212 there, and then
Only
on the way
212.
till TX3 Jerk at 213.4, 213.4, the last top 10 spot. Then we've got our pros handling it out here. GTA has beat them 213.7, only point 3 off the top 10.
That's madness.
Then we've
Madness.
got both yourself, KLM Pace, and Not Stinky, probably basically dead equal on 214.2.
This guy's giving me nightmares.
We've also got the
And he's
Eleanor
only
Flusser.
15.
Guys,
Wow.
whoever's watching, Not Stinky, number 2, it's in fact, he's 16 years old.
16.
And he's using controller 6-axis, not even a wheel.
Yeah.
And he's an
making me
A+
feel
pace
old.
as well, yeah. And the last 2 races, Red Bull Ring, he had 2 victories. This last race, which was Dragon Trail Seaside, he had a victory. His race time was 30 minutes flat. That is 2 seconds behind Mikhail Hizal's time.
Sure. That is mad quick.
So he would have had a podium in the Superstars race, Not Stinky.
Yeah. Yeah. So
It is
big ups to
insane.
him.
Well done, Stinky.
Big ups to him.
Pacey, you were just about 2-3 seconds short of that pace as well in one of your practice races. So you would have had a top 10 spot as well in the manufacturer's top 16 Superstars. So listen up, FIA. Come on, guys. Get South Africa up there.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm hoping that they can see by the times that we put in for this daily C that us as SA guys aren't sitting down too lightly. We really want to get back into that main sphere with everybody else.
We definitely need to get that going. I mean, what is Africa without South Africa, the biggest and the richest country in Africa?
Correct.
With the most races.
Correct. Yeah, correct.
What country is actually representing Africa then?
There is no other country. I think we're the only ones that have the facilities to take
So
part.
how can it say EMEA? You should just say EME.
Exactly.
EME.
Exactly.
Hey.
They need to rethink that somehow.
Definitely, yeah, because like I said, your pace and Not Stinky's pace would have had you, him a podium and probably you're a P6, P5 in the 16 Superstars, my bud. So you guys would have been right up there, top of the world. So we need to get you guys up there. So what we're going to do next is quickly have a look at the nation's standings between our friends list for the SA guys, and then also the manufacturer standings.
Cool.
Let's quickly jump to that. So this is nation's standings. If you can quickly run us through that, Kaylan, that will be brilliant. You're more familiar with this section.
So the nation standings, obviously these are the guys that are taking part in the Nations Cup. Looking at the top guys, we've got SDL McGee. He is one of the top guys, and we always see him on the leaderboards in terms of fastest quali time. He's currently sitting on 309 points. Then we've got Prima, Tiger Hayes. He's on 255. Hey, Dino, you got some special friends, but I'm not going to lie. And then our top SA guy currently at the moment, and actually watching his race, Mr. Sunburnt Donkey with 243 points. He had a very, very good Nations race last time out. I think it was Group 2 around Catalonia.
Yes.
He managed to finish in second place, about 5 or 6 seconds off the leader. And to be honest, I probably wouldn't have managed that myself. So big ups to him in that Group 2
Well done,
car.
Donkey Donks.
Mr. Mini Blixen, who was in the same race as him, he is currently on 231 points from the previous Nations race. We've got Mikhail then again, our guest last week, he's on 184 points. So very good, and I'd love to see that some of the guys that you don't regularly see in the Nations races or lobbies, definitely up there now, this week and this season in terms of the logs.
Yes, most definitely. Okay, so
Cool.
Then what we can have a look at is our manufacturer standings. Then we can also run it through them, Mr. Pacey.
Cool. So the manufacturer standing, which is what I'm also taking part in, definitely super competitive because there's a lot of guys that, as I said, with the SA guys, they love their GR3 and GR4 cars. So as you can see, Mr. Not Stinky, the man that's giving me grey hairs already, I'm sure he's going to start calling me UM soon. He's got 276 points with his Subaru. As Dino mentioned earlier, he's been really putting in a lot of effort in terms of the FIAs, and big ups to him.
Those 3 points are all 3 win, eh?
Exactly. So he's definitely getting us noticed and definitely pushing up his DR in terms of the daily races as well. So look out for that man. doing a lot of things and he's on the move. Second place at the moment, we've got Mr. Slayer. Awesome stuff by him in his Toyota. I think I did race with him in one of my manufacturer's races, and
Yes,
he's
you did.
definitely putting a lot of time with his Supra. So awesome stuff by him. Last race he got 243 points. Myself now 240 points. I'm sad about that. I should have won that race. And then I'm just going to skip Tiger Hayes and Mickey again. We've got FLA. It's awesome to see him on the list because he's been kind of quiet of late with 204 points. And then the man himself, DeanoCantino.
Yes, please.
195 points on his controller with his
Would have been
Datsun.
195, 196. Then I got greedy and tried to go for the win. Lost all those points. Damn it.
Unlucky there, but yeah, I think you're the leading Datsun in SA at the moment with your 195 points. And
SA,
yeah, again,
yes.
as you can see, JOOR, people like Monty, Spandex, and Cartes as well. Cartes, I also know he's quite shy of doing these FIA races, so big ups to everybody. And I think a big pat on the back to the GTSA guys for getting
Definitely,
those people
definitely.
on their wheels and dust them off.
We
and
can
obviously
see
take
everybody
part.
coming in. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Like you're nailing it on the spot. Just a quick one here. Basically, I'm actually number 2 in SA with Nissan, which
okay.
is bad. You're going to know who's number 1.
I
Mr.
don't know who's
Uche.
Oh, yeah, we need to get him on board.
Okay, and he had a
we
top
actually
10
need to show him
time
on your
last
list.
week, eh?
Yeah.
On the manufacturer.
Did he?
His
Oh,
time was a
crazy,
top
crazy.
10. I think 10th. He finished 10th in the final of it, as well with that Datsun of his as well. So kudos to him.
Mr. Uche Jr., I hope you're listening, but join in, get yourself noticed on our chat box, bud. Cool, and then lastly, we've got the FIA standings in terms of the manufacturers. So leading across all our different
Actually, a
regions in
three-way
terms of
tie.
GT Sport. Oh, it's a three-way tie. Leading
Just
is
noticed.
between Mazda, Mercedes, and that is Porsche. So great stuff by those guys. I think Skitty, who you'll hear from very shortly, he's in the Mercedes, so he's obviously patting himself on the back for contributing. In fourth at the moment is Nissan. Dino, come on, pull up your socks, bud.
Come on! I shouldn't have lost those points.
And then I think between Mikhail Hizal and Not Sticky in fifth is Subaru, so big ups to those guys. And then I think the surprise factor at the moment is Mazda and Alpha, who are putting in quite a few points. So awesome stuff by everybody, and really hoping that we get the SA manufacturers that we all love on top of the list. So yeah, awesome stuff, guys. And again, do put in the work. I know we've got 2 races this week, so look out for those. Tomorrow we've got the Nations.
Where's the
Wednesday we've got
Citroen?
manufacturers.
No representing, man. No
I'm
representing.
I'm the only one, so yeah, unfortunate.
Well, go for it. Go for the top one in Citroen, and then you can definitely get a spot in the FIA.
Get my S rating hopefully as well.
Definitely.
Cool.
You make
So
it a
let's-
not so Citroen.
Yeah, let's move along to our next segment then. Dino, if you want to introduce him.
Okay, perfect, guys. This is SkiteeOne, which is shown for our Nations Cup lap guide. Every week we do a lap guide for the nations and one for the manufacturers section. So SkiteeOne, also one of our A-plus drivers in South Africa, definitely one to watch out for. Is going to quickly run us through how it's going to work. It's 2 laps, 1 out lap. He'll quickly do a little explanation of everything, and then he'll just do a fast lap around. Like I said, he's not on his... It's not a super hot time trial. This is for everybody else, B drivers, A drivers, C, D, and E, everybody to learn and see actually what goes through the minds of the faster people in the world. So you can quickly run us through this, and then yes, guys, Skitty, welcome, sir.
Yeah, good evening, guys. Good to be back again. And so this week we're on Sardinia Road Track B 2, which means it's the the reversed layout. It's one of the shorter, one of the shorter tracks that we run at. Quite a technical track with a lot of elevation changes. And okay, we'll head out to the track and start.
Cool.
This is in the N100 car, right?
What's that?
And this is in the N100 car.
This is in the N100. It's in the Miata Roadster.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, Skitty, this was the final race of the GTSA season that we did, but now in reverse,
Just
right?
in reverse, that's right.
I knew it the first time in reverse, so when we did the final race, I was thinking the final race is reverse.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay,
Alright,
Let's
so
hear.
walk us through,
Cool.
Skitty.
as we get to the end of the main straight, I'll start my braking as we hit, or just after this curve starts. Quite important on this track, you need to get your braking done nice and early so that you get out of the corner nice and quickly to carry the speed through. Again, it's a track where you have a lot of tightish corners moving out onto long, fast portions of the track. So after that, we then run to the side here, flat out through this right-hander, hugging the curb, and let the car drift out all the way over to this curve as well. So that we open the entrance in here. I'm going to be in third gear here, and just about there we'll grab second, and we'll be pretty flat out through there. Through that section you can carry a lot of speed if you get the entry right. We'll then bring the car all the way over to the right hand side here, onto the apron curb, down into second gear here again, tight on this curb, and let the car run out onto the apron over here as well. You can use that whole curb.
Okay.
Here we'll start the double right hander nice and earlier, and let the car run out to the left hand side of the track so that you open the entry here so that you don't scrub off a lot of speed. Remember, it's an N100 car, so it doesn't have a lot of horsepower, so you need to keep the momentum up. Again, we'll start the entry late here, down to second, and we'll keep the car tight on this curb, and we'll be flat out through that section. Bring the car all the way over to the left hand side again, and then down to second gear, also the latest entry to that, so that you open the exit over here. Then here we'll start all the way on the left hand side again, with a nice late entry into this, so that you don't scrub off a lot of speed. For the final corner, I'll brake just after the end of the curb there into second gear, and let the car roll through here. You can get on the power nice and early. You've got to be careful on this curve on the left hand side there, you can't steal too much. Otherwise you'll get a penalty. Okay, so into the hot lap we go.
Cool.
Thank you so much. Let's do this. Quiet times, guys. FIA is watching.
So, as Kitty said, turn 1, braking just as you get to the curve, turning right, third gear. Ooh, he lost it a bit there. No problem, no problem.
Okay, let's restart.
So Steve, I noticed that you lost it there, and I can see also, just judging by the tires he's using, are these comfort softs the only tire choice that the guys are going to be using on race night?
Yeah, this is the only tire.
Okay, and obviously quite difficult to manage.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So as Kitty said...
Okay, so we're getting to third gear here, lined it up nicely, and you can get on the power nice and early once the front end is in.
Yep. And one thing you did mention is that we have to make sure that we maintain the speed out of the corners or into the corners as well. So I think that will be quite a key point in terms of guys practicing for this race. Nice stuff. Of the whole track, which is the most key section for this car?
Definitely that section we just went through now, that double right-hander, because it's all downhill. So you can't brake as hard because you risk locking up the front.
Yep.
If you brake too hard, so you need to be careful on the brakes there, because it can cost you a lot of time.
100%. And just for the viewers, what brake balance are you running on this Mazda?
2 to the rear, yeah?
2 to the rear,
yeah.
Okay. Dino, do you think you'll be taking part in this nation's race?
No. No, definitely not. I love the car. I love the car. In fact, I love the track as well. But I've been miraculously seeded into Pool 1 with manufacturers. So I have my absolute challenge ahead.
To be honest, I think I might take part in this one because it is on Tuesday, right?
Yes. Why would you want to take part of it?
If you a little bit too much curb there, you'll get a penalty on that.
Wow, really?
3-second penalty.
Okay. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That was nerfed.
Sure, okay. That's crazy, but awesome stuff there. Thanks so much, Skitty,
Oh, thanks, guys.
for that awesome lap, bud. And I think a lot of the
What is a
guys
good time
obviously...
around there? Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, what is a good time for the track?
So with this car on the track, I've run a 49.6.
Okay.
Top 10?
So
Top 10 is 47.
sure, all right. And in terms of the strategy, I don't know if you've probably worked anything like that out.
Yeah, I haven't done really any long runs on this, but the
Okay.
fuel is at 5 times, tires at 15 times. So I think wears can be pretty hectic.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Awesome stuff. So, big up Skitty. Thanks for helping us out in terms of the Nations race. I'm pretty sure that a lot of the guys in GTSA, as well as whoever else has been watching, will take those pointers and hopefully put them into practice. And again, hoping that you see a lot of SA guys on top of the Nations in terms for SA and just bringing our name up and above all the other nations that are in EMEA.
EME, you mean? EME, there's no A.
EME.
I think the A is for Asia, guys.
A is for Asia.
Yeah,
You think so?
It's possible.
Yeah.
There's
It's
no
possible.
Japanese in the rankings, bro.
Yeah,
that's
that's true, but still.
Flex it out. There might be no Japanese left after this corona, but who knows? maybe they'll replace them with us. Guys, okay, let's just quickly
100%.
clear program recap. Okay, so Pace is quickly going to do his lap guide. Mr. Pace, I'm not going to let him introduce himself. It might take about 30 minutes for all the titles. So, definitely, Pace is going to do our manufacturers, which is the GR4 at, I'm just going to say Laguna Seca, not WeatherTech Raceway, which makes it so biblical if you spread it so long. Johannes die Doper. Anyway, guys,
Yeah.
and then we're going to have an interview after this with LNR Psycho Sheep, which is also one of the pro leagues in South Africa. Some of the fastest guys are coming from there, which is beautiful. We're going to speak to him about the LNR community, the GTSSA community, etc. Have some YouTube comments, have a look at our liveries that some of our viewers have sent in, and then we're going to have a look at the moments of the week, which was an overtake by one of our B drivers this week in the manufacturers race. And then, yes, we can have a weekly live race with the LaFerrari, 2 laps around special route stage X, 400 plus kilometers an hour speeds on 30 kilometers, 60 kilometer drag race. That's going to be very interesting. So, Mr. Pace, if you can head it out for us, let us do this. Let's go.
Cool, guys. What's up again? So I'm going to be doing the manufacturer's lap guide in terms of the Laguna Seca Raceway. Unlike the nations, obviously we get to choose our own manufacturers, and from what I've seen in terms of the fastest lap times, the lap times board, the OP cars or overpowered cars for this track at the moment are the Renault Megane trophy car, the Alfa Romeo 4C, as well as the Toyota 86. So if you guys have those as your manufacturers, good luck for this race. Try and milk it as much as you can. For myself, in my otherwise known as Shitrin, I'm going to be struggling quite a lot with this track. So please don't mind if my time is quite slow compared to the other guys, but I will try and do my best. So in terms for the manufacturer race, we've got racing hards, racing mediums, racing softs. It is a 15 lap race, and I would suggest, again, like with the Dragon Trail race, try and not use your hard tires as much. Try and milk it out in the beginning on mediums, and then try and put your best stint in on your soft tires. Cool. So before we get going, sorry, let me actually reverse a bit. Yeah. First corner, you'll have to go down into second gear.
Pace just wants to go.
Yeah, always, bro. Always. Let's go. So first corner, before I get to this next corner, you want to drop down into second gear just after you hit the curve on the right hand side, or the end of the curve on the right hand side, and then obviously coast it in, and maybe if you have to, drop it down into first gear so that you can get the car to basically make its bum slide around that corner, and then accelerate out in second gear as fast as you can, and get on the as soon as that car's pointing straight, accelerate out. Okay, then for the second corner, you'd brake where this number 2 board is, drop it down into third or second gear, whatever your preference is, and then make sure that you try and hit that apex. But with this track, whenever you see a red curve like that, do not touch it, guys. this thing will throw you right off the track. For me, it's been the most frustrating thing hitting these little things because they're literally on each curve that you want to take. So aim for that, but as soon as you see you getting past these sausage curves, accelerate out and then onto the escape curve. Again, always looking at the number 2. You'll lift off slightly in 4th or 5th gear, coasting it round onto the exit of that corner. Then coming now under the bridge. Again, looking for that number 2 board, dropping it down for my case into 3rd gear, holding it nice and tight, and then as soon as you hit this little white spot on the curve, accelerating as best as you can out, making sure the car's pointing straight to the next exit curve here. Okay, up the gears. Generally I'd be up into 5th gear, dropping it down into 4th as I see I hit that number 2 board again. I won't brake, I'd rather just let the car coast in, clip this curve and then run it out as best as I can, keeping it on track on the outside here, using that artificial grass. It won't spin you, it won't cost you any time as well. And then keeping it nice and tight. And I think one of the most important corners on this track, which from what I've seen you can gain at least 6/10 in this section, is braking for the corkscrew from here. It looks early, I know, but with these GR4 cars, because they do feel a bit slower and they do tend to brake a lot slower as well, you want to brake from here already and aim for that the outside of that curve if you can. It might make you spin a little bit or slide a little bit, but trust me, it does give you the best angle into the corkscrew that you can get. So if you can, brake just before on the right hand side you see the number 4 board. You generally be up into 5th or 6th gear, dropping it down into 2nd or 1st. As you're coming into the corkscrew now, you really want to try and be part of my clan, the corner cutting clan. Clipping the corner on the artificial grass, aiming as straight as you can so that again you're clipping the artificial grass here, and then turning it and keeping it as tight on the outside as you can as you exit. As you come under bridge, you want to be on the very right hand side of the track in 3rd or 4th gear, coasting it very nicely so that you clip that corner, running it out wide again, and then coming down again, look for that 2nd marker, dropping it down 1 gear so that you can get the car to slow down and turn in, hitting the net curve, exiting, touching the exit curves. I love curves, guys. And then at the last corner is the only time that you'll look for the number 3 board, where you'll brake and go down into 2nd or 1st if need be. For this corner, I can generally see that a lot of guys might try and dive bomb you here, but I would suggest, if you can and if you have the time and you know no one's going to dive bomb you, brake at the number 3 marker, because you'll slow down so that you can point the car in the right direction and then exit as quickly as you can. Okay. Cool, so trying to put all that into practice, guys. We're going to start the lap, clipping this apex and accelerating out as fast as we can. Going up through the gears as we're about to start our lap, keeping it nice and tight on the start finish straight. As I said, turn 1, just before the end of the curve, braking, 2nd gear, right, and accelerating out. When you see the cars pointing straight, braking at number 2, dropping 1 gear, coasting in, nice and wide. Number 2 again, coasting in, don't touch those curves like I've just done. Up through the gears into 5th now, again just at the number 2, dropping it down, trail braking into 3rd gear. As I touch that white part, exiting out nicely. Up into 5th gear again at the number 2, dropping it down, just coasting it through, up the hill now. And remember, look for the number 4 board, number 4, brake, cutting the corner, keeping it nice and tight here. In 4th gear, coasting round. As soon as I touch the exit curve, there we go. Looking for number 2 again, drop into 4th, turn the corner nice and tight, and then number 3, the only number 3 on the track, slow in, fast out. And that's basically a lap of Laguna Seca in the GR4 Shitrin. Cool. As I said, hope you guys enjoy that. I really hope that for most of the manufacturers, guys, that are going to be taking part, we get a good lap and good results from you guys, especially those in the OP cars.
Thank
Cool.
you, Mr.
So,
Pace, for that one. Are you ready for that race yourself with the Shitrin?
I'm really not, to be honest, and the
I'm
only
glad that
reason
you're
is
honest. Our
because-
viewers want that.
And to be honest, the reason why is just because I can see, based on my quali laps, that this car has no pace around this track. So I'm going to have to be very, very creative with whatever strategy I use in terms of fuel saving and my tires.
I definitely think so. Well, if there's one man who can, it is you, my man.
I hope so.
Represent us. Make your mistakes this Wednesday or this Thursday, and then do better on Saturday.
Yeah, hope so. I'll definitely do that.
Perfect, man. Okay, guys, so let's welcome the man of the moment, Mr. Gerard Janssen van Vieren, which is LNR Psycho Sheep. He's probably one of the granddaddies of the game. So, welcome, Mr. Gerard Psycho Sheep. How are you today, my brother?
What? Is it time? I'm just kidding, gents. I'm just kidding, gents. Hello, Kaylen. What's up, Dino? Skitey there in the background, as well as the producer we don't see.
Mr. Ruan,
Yes,
thank you so much.
Scarpy, welcome, brother. Thanks for joining us today, and thank you for taking the time out from the baby Scarp to come chat to us.
Yeah, no problem. It's all pleasures.
I hope baby
Yeah,
Scorpio is doing okay.
Yeah, always.
Awesome stuff. So, guys, if you do have any questions, please do post them in the chat box so that we can obviously get them out to Psycho Sheep.
And we'll have them on the
Scorpio.
screen as well, guys.
100%. So, Scarpy, first things first, you are LNR Psycho Sheep. You take part in almost every community that I know of in SA, and I think your biggest, and I think your favorite community to take part in is obviously GTSA. So, in terms of Season 1 2020, what was your best moment, bud?
Look, I think the best moment for me is actually. Just let me rephrase this. Hello, GTSA.
Hello,
yes,
Sheepy.
I think my best moment was actually to see it in Pool 1. But from there, I actually didn't see Pool 1 again. So, you know what happens with the sheep, he tends to make bottles, so, yeah.
Yeah, nah, 100%, and can understand that. And I think not a lot of guys would pick seeding as their highlights, and awesome stuff on your regard in terms of seeding to Pool 1, bud.
Yes, thanks.
So yeah, in terms of Season 1, your biggest rival, who was he and what did he do that made him your biggest rival?
Well, I thought about this when I saw the questions this afternoon. One guy stands out.
You're not supposed to tell them.
No. We do prepare for this behind the scenes, but anyway, there's one guy
They
I
don't,
definitely
guys.
thought
They
of.
just lie. They think on the spot.
No, Mr. Fox. He's in the chat, I think.
Yeah, he's
Yeah, I don't think it's. I always joke about him with that. What does the fox say? But me and him had very good battles. Yeah, me and him had very good battles the whole season when we met on track. So that was my biggest rivalry, to just stay in front of him because he got pace. So yeah.
Yeah, 100%, and I can't agree with you more, Mr. Fox. Shout out
to
thanks
Mr.
for
Foxy.
joining in the chat, man. And thanks for being Scoppy's kryptonite when you're racing against him, man. So, Scoppy, other than that, but correct me if I'm wrong, you've always been a wheel driver, right?
No, I actually started the game on DS4, so
Okay.
I think I did about, of the 190,000 Ks I've done on the game, I think I did about 40 on the DS4, yeah.
Okay, so majority of your gaming with GTSA has been obviously on the wheel, but
Yes.
what was that transition for you, being from controller to wheel? Because I think a lot of the guys and most of our guests we've had have only focused on one aspect of their racing, being on a controller of the wheel. But for you, what was that transition like?
Well, I must say it was quite a difference, because I wasn't slow on the DS4. The DS4 was actually, I could compete. I think me and Stigman season 2 in LNR especially, I didn't have the wheel yet, and we came second, and we were both on DS4. So DS4 I was quite, I would say, quickish, but the transition is to get used to the wheel and the force feedback. That took me about a month. So to get on basically similar pace, but still bottling more than on the DS4, so spinning more. But the transition, I think 4 weeks wasn't bad, but yeah, definitely I won't go back to DS4. So
okay, I was just about to ask you that.
just to the guys in chat, if you're gonna decide to get a wheel, you don't want to do anything else again. So so Dino, there you fraying for a wheel there, but if you're gonna get a wheel, you're not gonna go back to DS4. I'm telling you this.
Well, I promise you that if I get a wheel, it's not to go back to DS4. I hope it's a total opposite.
True. That's true. The thing is, if your wheel breaks, then your sim racing breaks. Yeah, you need to make a plan, or else you're not gonna race. So yeah.
Hey guys,
100%.
like and subscribe, please. You hear that?
Cool. So Scoppy, one of the questions from chat here. What's your focus on e-racing career this year? So I think the question that Frank and Sorix, thanks to you, bud, is asking is, what game are you more focusing on in terms of e-racing?
Well, look, fan favorite, my favorite, I will always be a GT Sport fanatic.
That's why we love you.
Yes, but I must say the upcoming game I'm looking forward to is ACC, or Assetto Corsa Competition. I think just to, if we can do the same that the PC guys are doing, and put, let's say, 60 guys in the lobby and all racing at once, pro-am, whatever you want to call it, that would be epic. Skeety can actually correct me here, because I think he plays ACC, but if that's a possibility, and you can get 2 pools of 40 or 50 guys on a track, that would be so much fun.
100%.
Yeah, well, not if you're driving with the Spaniards, bro.
Do you want to jump in there with any comments on that ACC point?
Yeah, so the ACC lobbies can be nice and big. I think up to over 60 cars, I think. So I think the current limitation is from the console side, from the hardware, is whether those kind of lobby sizes will be achievable on console.
Yes.
But yeah, because you're all running GT3s, it really that opens up the competition if you have such a big field.
Yeah, true.
Yes,
100%.
it does. So I must say, for Frankie there, I will still do GT Sport. ACC will be also there, and on the sideline, dirt rally for fun and stuff like that. But yeah, career-wise, I think my career will be taking a bit of a backward step. As you all know, I do make babies. So yes. So cool. I think the next year will be a bit slow for me, but we'll see. We'll push through.
100%. One of the other questions from chat, from Rizla the Roller. What's the best piece of advice you could give a beginner?
Well, perseverance. It's one of those things, especially when it comes to your first daily race, or never to give up. So yes, you get bumped, you get shoved, but to show face is what it's all about. And to do a rage quit, it's not something I do like. I like a guy that perseveres. So yes, you spin out or you get bumped, but you just pick up your socks and you just move on and try and catch up again. So for the newcomers, perseverance, you'll get there. Alvin in chat, he's a beginner and you'll improve, dude. You just need to persevere. So for all the newcomers, perseverance is key.
Can I jump in here, guys?
Yes. Yeah, go for it.
Just a quick one. Also, with the best piece of advice you can give for a beginner, myself being classified as a beginner still as well, only being paid for about 90 days odd now from middle of January. What I found help for me by far the most is the insane amount of time trials that you can do or need to do on dailies, especially with the Giro 3 and Giro 4 cars, and do 10 laps and then go and load a top 10 lap of the top 10 fastest, get into their car, see how their steering wheel is turning, and what gears they are going through and where they are braking. Just those three things. Where they brake, what gear they go, and how much their wheel is turning. Do that. Do that lap, go do your lap again, you'll improve every single time. And just do lap after lap after lap after lap after lap after lap after lap. You've got about 2-3 years to catch up on all the other guys. Otherwise, you'll just follow them like this. So you need to close that gap. Do 300 laps, or they do 50.
Correct, that's true. I do agree. 100%. And also for a beginner, there's a reason for the GT League or the arcade mode of GT.
Oh, yes.
So you can race against AIs, and that's where I learned my wheel. So from the DS4, I actually went and did enduro races. So there's a few things you can use before you actually go online to make sure you're on pace to actually beat the guys. So there's a few things you can do.
Cool.
100%. Awesome
Thank you,
stuff.
Mr.
And
Shippy.
I like what Gerito Montero has said. Never rage quit. Anything can happen, and I think that should be testament to guys that persevere. So never rage quit, guys. So Sheep, the one question that I think I've been wanting to ask you, and I think one of all the GTSA community, all the SA racing community want to ask you. We always hear Sheep bleating and bleating and bleating. Guys, take part in FIA. Guys, take part in GTSA SA. So to you, Scoppy, the GTSA Season 2 obviously is linked with the FIA season. So how happy are you for that? And especially with this past week's races on Saturday, GT Sport SA posted a lot of images of guys winning their FIA races. So in terms of you, firstly, your opinion on GTSA linking with FIA, and then secondly, I want to say how that has, from round one already, how that has bared the fruit in terms of guys winning the FIA races. How do you feel regarding that?
Well, GTSA, from my end, well done. I think it's a bold but brilliant move to try and replicate the season via the FIA season. Although we'll only do the weekends races, but at least 3 or 4 of this, let's say of the first 10 races, you can actually achieve a victory like we did, or a second place, or even a top 5. It's already representing in SA. So I must say, from that end, I'm very happy. I'm actually smiling where I'm sitting at the moment. Because
definitely, bro.
What Steven said is I pushed this for about a year and a half to get where we needed to go for GTSA. And I'm proud to say, yes, I pushed them. I was maybe a poople to them at some points, and I think I stepped on Josh's toes once or twice. But I think this season, the place is buzzing. It's that excitement of actually competing. It's there, and I'm very proud. It's cool to be a part of this.
100%.
Pace, I know you prepared the questions. Do you mind if I pose a question?
Go for it, brother.
With the answer now, just linking the following question to the previous question and answer, Mr. Sheep, how much of a difference or an impact do you think ChatBox has had and will continue to have with regards to the GTSA and LNR community starting to take part in dailies and FIAs, etc., to actually see that they're being noticed?
Yeah, look, I think this is also a bold and brilliant move from you two gents. I think for what you guys are doing, I must thank you. I think there's a lot of sim races out there that's appreciating this quite a lot. And I think we'll get noticed because this is a very lekker show, as we call it in SA. It's nice to watch, it's interesting to see, and what makes it nice is it's not only one guy gets the how can I say, I'm looking for the word now.
The audience, the viewership, the fame, yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't take all the fame for himself, and you're shouting out to all the drivers be it pro, and be it middle, be it bottom. You actually giving a shout out to all the drivers, and I think they appreciate that. So,
100%.
yeah, I think your show is going to just grow and grow and grow, and that will definitely show face for South Africa, and we'll get there.
Show.
100%.
Perseverance. That's what we need to do, is persevere.
I think you answered all the questions there just with that answer, Scoppy. One last question to you before we move on. what was your attraction to sim racing, bud?
Yeah, I thought of this this afternoon. I actually didn't know of the sim racing community, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
What happened is my wife actually upgraded her cell phone.
Okay.
And with this cell phone contract, I could take a PS4.
Okay.
And I said, yes, love, can I get a PS4?
Back in the day, hey?
Yeah,
Sure.
back in the day. I mean, it's 2.5 years ago now.
Yeah.
And since then, after reinventing myself and finding GT Sport or Gran Turismo again, yes, once I got into the groove again, I could remember myself being 7 years old, fucking crying, sorry for the word, crying about...
Yeah,
crying
the word
about the
crying
goals.
is not allowed, eh? Fuck, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I was actually crying because I was struggling to get all golds in the one license. So, because I was jamming GT Sport, I was taking it serious. So, I was thinking of that when I got my PS4 and Gran Turismo again, and yeah, it just reignited, man. So, yeah,
100%.
this is where I am today. Yeah.
Awesome stuff, and big ups to Eleanor Psycho Sheep. I must give you some praise, bud, because I think without you, a lot of the SA guys probably wouldn't pull finger and take part in FIAs. They wouldn't take part in the community races, and I think a lot of respect is shown towards yourself from the guys, and a lot of the guys obviously know you because you are very vocal in terms of getting guys on track and getting guys to participate. So
Yes,
massive thanks to you, Scoppy, and
Thanks.
I hope everybody in chat throws their praise at you, good, because you really deserve it. And awesome competitor and awesome friend as well. Bud.
Definitely.
Thanks.
Maybe
Thanks
give
a
a
lot,
shout out to the
Caleb.
viewers, buddy.
Thanks, Dean. Yeah, I just want to thank the viewers for actually spectating and watching and congratulating me. I don't want to take the fame. I'm not the fastest guy in the world, but
Take the fame, bro.
if we can make if we can make a difference and get these fast guys a place in SA and actually get them a driving seat maybe one day, we never know. There's a lot of shit going on. Esport is growing so much.
Yep.
So if I can help it, I don't want to be the driver. At least we're helping someone getting there. So cool.
100%.
And like and subscribe,
guys,
please. Everybody who's watching, hit the like button below and also click on the subscribe notification there as well, and then click on that little bell icon. Please just do this right below here or below there, and then click like and subscribe so you can always get a notification when something goes live.
Awesome stuff. And again, guys, for those of you, please do follow Sheep. He is on Facebook. If I'm not mistaken, you're also on Twitter and Instagram at Gerard Jansen van Vuren. Otherwise, Eleanor Psycho Sheep. Please also do subscribe to his YouTube channel. He does stream quite regularly. Dirt SA, GT Sport SA, Eleanor Psycho Sheep as well. Scott, if you don't mind, just put that in the chat as well, please, bud.
Yes,
cool.
I will do that for you. Thanks a lot, gents. Thanks for having me. It's an awesome show. See you on track.
Thank you, Sheepy. Absolutely brilliant, bro. Okay,
cool,
guys.
So,
hit us on, please.
Next up, we have got the livery segment, and with the segment, what we had asked the guys of the GTSA community to come up with for us was to take a cigarette brand and put it on a car of their choice and basically make it look as pretty as possible. The reason for us doing that is obviously with us being in lockdown, the SA government went back and forth saying, yeah, Oaks, you can smoke again. No, not anymore. We take our cigarettes back. So just to make guys wish a bit more and obviously express their feelings regarding their favorite cigarettes, we asked them to put it on a car. And this is what some of the guys came up with. So this one, our first livery, was submitted by Suzbox EL, very popular guy in terms of making liveries, and he created a Marlboro Super Formula, or is that the F1 500, the old F1 car?
It's the classic F1 500, yes.
Classic F1 car. So he made, I don't know if, is that the Senna-esque one?
I'm not too sure. It looks like it. Might be.
Yeah, and it's going up Eau Rouge, one of my favorite sections on the course. Dino, to me, like, this is nostalgia at its best. I love this car. I love this track.
You're a machine at this track, I know.
I have no words.
This is where one of your most infamous moments were from as well.
Yep.
Ken Doggy, I think maybe you need to send us that next week, or during the course of this week. We can actually put it on the next show. and put a small beep, beep, beep on the sections that matter. Please, Ken Dog,
We'll put
just
it at
send
the
it
end
to
as
us.
bloopers.
If you don't mind, Pacey, do you have your permission?
Yeah, go for it.
Guys,
go
it
for
was one of the GTSSA races. I'm not too sure when, but the first and only time, apparently, that Kalen has ever sworn on a live stream, and we have that recorded. So we're definitely going to show it, or let's do a vote. Put it in the comments below if you would like to see that video clip next week on our next show with Kalen swearing. Unfortunately, it's one of his friends and one of the GTSSA guys, but hey, racing's racing, bro. So we all want to see that.
100%.
Comment below if you want to see that, please.
Cool. So just back to the livery, sorry, before we get sidetracked. Marlboro, synonymous brand with everybody, and I think awesome stuff by Sizwax. And again, he never fails to amaze us with what he creates. So great stuff there by him.
Definitely. Thanks a lot,
Cool.
Stephen Berry.
Next one we've got was submitted by Mr. Ren Scottle, our famous Quintus, always synonymous in our GT Sport SA chats, and he made for us a Mercedes Lucky Strike. And Lucky Strike, I think the only time I actually knew about Lucky Strike was with BAR Honda in F1. So awesome stuff. And do you know, was Spa like the scape that they had to use? Because I'm just seeing Spa everywhere now.
There was no track to be used, to be honest. Looks like they just like the track Spa for some reason, but I think it's fate, because Spa's the track that's going to be showcasing your words next week. Everybody's saying yes, put it in, do it. Vaisom, show it. So you've been outvoted, my bud. Spa it is.
All good. But yeah, Quintus, awesome stuff.
Thanks a lot,
Loving your
Quintus.
Lucky Strike Mercedes.
What a
and,
car.
hopefully we see that on track. And then the next one submitted by one of my old mates, Rizzler the Roller. He's got his Mini
Shout out.
Cooper S with the Chesterfield. I've never heard of this cigarette brand, but Chesterfield gold and white brand.
Oh, the gold and white brand. No,
Yes.
you
Yeah.
must have heard of Chesterfield.
No. But I don't smoke, so I
I don't
wouldn't know
smoke
these
either,
things.
but everybody knows Chesterfield.
Oh, okay. Well, awesome stuff. Loving the livery and
Wow, it's quite cool.
golden white. I must be honest, it's one of my favorite combinations. So awesome stuff here by Rizzler the Roller. Thanks so much for your
Thank you,
submission.
Mr. Roller.
Awesome. I think we've got 2 more left, right? Next one submitted by one of the new faces in GTSA, Jarhead ZA622. He did the VW VGT GTI in the old, I always see this as the old Williams colors. It's the Camel Elf Cannon livery on a VW VGT, and I must say it's looking really awesome and definitely popping with the scape he's got for this car. And if you guys have never driven this car, do yourselves a favor and make sure you get in behind the wheel.
Well, we're going to be forcing LR to drive it, so yeah, there we go. Thank you, Mr.
Yeah.
Jarhead. This is actually quite cool. I never knew it's the Williams colors, bro. I need to up my experience.
Nigel Mansell, I think Zeno was in the Rothmans one. This is more the Nigel Mansell, Damon Hill type vibe. So yeah, awesome stuff, and big up and big thanks to Jarhead for your submission, brother.
Thank you, Jarhead.
Then, if I'm not mistaken, this is the last one. Oh, that was the last one. So yeah, awesome stuff by the guys. Thanks so much for submitting all your liveries, and do look out for our text in the chats for the next livery competition. If I'm not mistaken, myself and Dino are quite excited with the next one, so looking forward to it. And yeah, bring it on, guys. We really hope and really love to display you guys' awesome talent in terms of our livery section.
Yes, guys, if you don't mind, thank you. If your livery wasn't shown this evening, I know a lot of people said they're going to send it maybe with just the tags or anything like that. Please just send a WhatsApp to myself or to Kaylin or on the group, tag us in it, and then we'll make sure that we put it in there next week. If you did do it, please, because sometimes the people think. So we'll use the top 5 only. If you can do 1 or 2 liveries, we'll choose the one that we like the most, but only 1 per person will be allowed. Okay, so what we're going to see next is from one of our local guys, Jock Mars, who's Vashino 2. He's a B driver, supposed to be A, but he's had a bad dip the last week or two. He switched over from auto to manual, so he's not picking up the pace again. You'll see in the race here we did in the manufacturers recently on Wednesday or Saturday rather. 2 people attacked him or overtook him insanely, wrongly, just before this clip. Then he thought to himself, listen here, I'm going to try an insane move. On the inside, it takes on 2 people at the same time, just get it back his position, plus 1 more. So for him and his skill level, everything, even myself, we were astonished seeing it on his live stream. So let's have a look at this quickly, please, guys. Also, put your comments down below what you think of the move. It is quite intense. I remember that exact same corner. I was passed by this man. Pacey, what do you think about that, my friend?
Damn, that I couldn't have called that move, and that was one hell of a move. And I think big ups to Vishino Jacques. Dude, that took some balls.
What cutback was that? Go wide, think that he's going to still pass wide, let the 2 outbreak each other. Obviously, the guy on the inside is going to late break, push it a bit off. He's going to put the guy on the left out, and he just comes back. 2 dogs fight over a bone, and the third gets it. Guys, leave your comments
awesome.
below. What do you think?
Always gets you guys. Dino, I think what we should do next week, instead of just only having a moment of the week, just have a bit of comedy and have a mumish of the week, the guy that makes the biggest mistake. I know I'll probably feature there quite a lot.
You would have featured there, in fact, yes, with your menu rails. I think.
Exactly.
Especially with one of your corner cutting with your shitrin.
Yep, I know. Don't remind me.
Okay,
mate.
guys, so please, yes, if you've got awesome replays, if you have a moment of the week, drive into the pit wall, just have some fun. We all do it, but we're going to make fun of you. Just send the video in anyway, please. Either share the full replay to us. Remember to use hashtag #chatbox, and then let us know, please. We're not going to just go through hundreds of people's replays for that. Okay, so send it if you want people to see that. And we can definitely go through 1 or 2. Our producer will decide which ones we will show. And then maybe also we can have a show during the course of the week where I will just show the replays of the week on my channel.
Awesome stuff, yeah. 100%, and I'm looking forward to all the new submissions, guys. Get them coming
Please send them through. Okay, Kaylin, take us to the race, mister.
Right, so as Dino mentioned earlier,
The guys can just come into the party chat. I apologize for that.
another thing that came out of Dino's magical brain, he decided that we are going to be using the LaFerrari around Special Route X, and no BOP, so BOP is off, meaning we could max the car out and minimize the weight, basically making sure that this damn thing will get around the track or down a straight over 400 kilometers an hour. So other than that, racing super soft tires will be on. I'm praying that there's no other surprises like you had for us last week, Dino.
Okay, just on the WhatsApp group, we can just tell all the guys to quickly join the party. That is perfect. Maybe there's a surprise or 2. We won't know about that.
Please.
So we'll check. Just get everybody involved in the party chat as well. I just quickly want to step out for about 30 seconds. I need to take a leak, and then I'll check you guys back as well in the lobby. Guys, this is the LaFerrari 2 laps, 30 kilometer lap, 60 kilometers drag race sprint, fastest car over 400 kilometers an hour. Please, what are your thoughts? Write your comments below. What do you think is going to happen?
100%. So, guys, thanks so much for joining. Hopefully you do enjoy our quick race. Whilst everyone's just joining into the party chat and Dino's taking a quick break, thanks for supporting us in terms of the chat box, guys. It's been really awesome, and really enjoy your feedback and your interaction in the chat. Please do continue supporting us, and please do help us grow the brand, as well as please showcase your guys' talents. I mean, being able for us to be able to do this and bring all this content to you just makes our jobs a whole lot easier. So keep it up, keep doing the manufacturers, keep doing the nations, keep doing GTSA, keep supporting us, guys, and keep joining in and taking part. Like I don't know, Psycho Sheep did say, persevere, guys, participate, do the things.
Also, before the
Guys.
race and everything, basically just if you can just comment your Facebook or your YouTube and your Twitter links at the bottom below, so everybody please follow and subscribe to Galen Pace, our GDSSA champion. We all want to say we know that guy, so like, subscribe, you can say you know him.
100%. Guys, are we in chat? We got some friends here.
Hello.
What's up?
How's it, everyone?
How's it going?
It's going good. Well, a bit shit, but it's going good.
Is that Frankie I hear?
Yeah, it is.
Seems to be Frankie.
It's going good, but it's also not that good, you know. But it's going like a...
Awesome stuff. So, whilst we've got some of the visuals on screen, I see Frankie's in his matte black LaFerrari. Pretty sure you'd want one of these one day. Let's see some of the other guys' liveries.
How are you,
Yeah,
James?
one day, one day.
Hello, Vecino, man of the moment. Spacey can tell him about his overtake. What's your thoughts, bro?
Vishino, big ups, bro. That move was 1 in a million, dunk, and I think you probably were. I don't know if you use a wheel or controller, but basically jumping behind the when you took that move, bro.
No, I was very excited about it. It's just, I was picking up so much position that race, and then with 4 laps left, I was disconnected. So,
Oh no.
You got DC mid-race.
Sure, that's unfortunate.
I was actually first with 6 seconds in hand, and I got disconnected.
Damn, that's unfortunate, bro. But now
Also,
awesome
FI,
stuff.
get service here.
Great move there. Sunburn Donkey with the sunburn color Ferrari. It's living up to his name. Cool.
It's going to be very funny.
Dino, what's the latest in terms of this race, bud?
Okay, guys, so I can see everybody is on. Can everybody just enter into the race? Louis Lom, Jarhead needs to please enter. We are still guys showing. Sunburn Donkey has just joined the party. Hello, Donkey Donks.
They are.
He answered you.
I got it. I got it.
Can you hear me?
We can
No,
hear
you
you,
didn't.
Ken Dog.
Oh, okay.
Okay, guys, you just make sure
Hey, the uncle
everybody's
is also
joining.
there.
Tiggy is asking for an invite. Doesn't sound like he can join.
Not too sure. Yeah, AM Racing, perhaps you should just make the party public.
It is
It is
public
public.
already. Yeah.
Yeah, well, then you should join. Let me just send an invite to SkiteeOne quickly. I think from the next show we should get the people
Guys.
on about 8:30 already, all of them.
So guys, what tomfoolery is this that Ken Dog's got the fastest lap in practice here?
Full slipstreaming.
He's still streaming.
No, Stignator. Where is he? Did I stream you? It's not
Giddy,
even-
I'm behind
On my
you.
stream, fastest lap is Cabals.
Oh, okay, cool. Alright.
What's the time? Mine
Shino,
4:38.
Jarhead, guys, please do me a favor. Let's just keep it quiet for a second. So, everybody make sure that you're entered into the race, please.
What's the person's
Hi,
time?
Frankie.
Shino,
Hey,
enter
then.
the race, brother.
On my way. Sorry.
Okay, Jarhead, enter the race, please, buddy.
Cool.
Everybody's gonna exit now anyway, so there's SkiteeOne, got the invites. Guys, let me quickly do a roll call here, please. On the party, just say yay or whatever you want to say. Ken Dog,
Yes.
Tintin Quarantino,
Yebo.
Stiggy,
Yebo, yes.
Wezo. What's up? Frankie, Pacey,
Anyways.
Yeah, bro.
Donkadonks,
Yep.
Skitty.
Don't know, I haven't seen him.
Jared.
Yes, 2 laps.
Kuni, Louis Lom, are you on? Veshi Vesh, Mr. Overtaker of the Week. Okay, guys, so how much do you love me?
Fuck off.
Don't turn it around, please. Don't turn it around.
Don't start like that,
Sorry,
Dino.
what was that?
Okay, so.
So let's turn this thing around. Man.
Long time.
Okay, guys, so it's gonna. As soon as I've changed the thing, you've got 5 seconds to enter the race, and I'm gonna start it. There will be no prepping for what I'm about to change. Okay. Hope you're all excited. Have awesome tunings. Hope you can drive very fast. But let's see how you manage the speed.
Oh man.
Okay, enter the race, please.
I mean,
Ow.
Cowabunga, dude.
Thank you.
I somehow get off the
Oh my
drive.
word.
Anyway, everybody realized that once you put the car's power up, when it goes out of the pit, it drives into the wall.
Yes.
Yeah, it
The
does.
front wheels off the ground.
Okay, guys, so I'm going to start the race. You've got 2 laps. Just a quick one. If you go flat out, you can do 1 lap and the end of the first straight. If you're flat out. So let the slipstreaming begin. Let the fuel saving begin. There we go. So either go flat and pit, fuel save slip. There we go. 2 laps, guys. Let's see these LaFerraris.
I almost choked to death now about this, but okay.
oh fuck.
Who's
Okay,
revving?
guys, I tell you
Don't
guys what we
rev.
do.
I don't know who's revving their fuel out. It's Wezo.
Let's make one long constant chain of bump drafting.
First lap.
I want to win.
Almost like a curse to be in front of everybody's gonna mock you.
And everybody's off to a good start. Mr. DeanoCantino in the front.
I haven't won one of these races ever.
There we go, guys. There we go. So let's get
Always
that done.
last.
This is going to be fun. 2 laps, guys. Solid speeds. Curves is coming in. Bump drafting, bump drafting. Other people want the win, guys. Nobody wants to bump draft.
On the dome, engage!
Special X. Let's see that flaming donkey coming through. Mr. Yellow. Cabos Neil is ahead. Brilliantly followed by DeanoCantino.
Left.
Guys, write a comment below, please. Leave a comment below. Tell us who do you think is going to win? Who's the podium? First, second, and third. Write your comments below right now. Tell us who will be winning.
Yo, who's that? Who's that?
Aggressive! I'm so aggressive on this track.
Why am I being left behind?
I hope you're doing what I'm doing.
Damn it!
Frank, Jared, you chose a Camaro. That's why.
Yeah, I know. I thought I had a Ferrari, but I didn't.
Well, you're the police at the back, bro, so that's all that matters.
Yes.
I just spent all my money today to buy this stupid car, and you come and drive whatever car you want to. I could have bought the
That's my bad. That's my bad.
Go inside.
Guys, Cabos is in the lead.
Stay down. Stay down.
Yo, I've been driving the whole time on 6 gears. I didn't know about the 7th one.
Some insane racing here, guys. Insane racing. Just love the camera angles that the producer is throwing out for us. Beautiful passing, everyone.
These guys just don't for your pageant on the Norris, yeah?
Kalen.
Cabos Neil still leading.
How many laps are we doing?
2 laps.
Back.
2 laps.
I can't even catch up to you.
What gear? What gear you in?
In 7th.
Don't.
Keep pushing, Skitty, let's go.
He's pushing, he's saving his curse. He's the only one who's doing that at the moment.
How can you save your curse? Is it possible?
Yes, you just release your throttle.
Nah.
Coasting.
You don't.
Well, how can you still have half yours left, Skitty?
What's that?
You just leave your throttle and if you coast, it goes back, guys. Not joking.
No time to coast now.
You know, what is in that charger? Goeie genade.
Who are you
That
asking?
thing must charge fuel.
Joy! He's the only one that's driving the police charger.
I didn't really.
He's maxed
I
out
didn't
8
know
gears,
that I can have
400.
one.
He's 400 on the straight,
Yep.
maxed out. But he's
Four,
got more
yep.
fuel than all of you.
Yo, where's that car? Looks beautiful.
Guys, so who's going to start breaking the slipstreams, man?
Is there still lap 1?
Yep.
My god. This is worse than a Beetle race.
This is like driving through the Free State on the way to the coast.
I know.
It's like Pretoria.
Yeah, we would have wanted
from
fuel safe
Durban to
30.
Pretoria.
Yeah,
In 4.5 minutes.
Well.
My gosh.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
okay,
fuel
then
indicator
petrol
got on.
Yeah, I can't.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, yes, where's? Let's do this.
Skitty, what did you do?
Come on, boys, let's bump draft us away from the other guys. We've got a clear 1, 2, 3 if we just keep on bump drafting.
Okay, guys. Hey.
Wezo, fall back and go into their slip, bro. They've got more fuel than you.
Oh,
That's why
shit, I
I'm
just
sitting
saw
on
it
fuel
on
map
stream.
6.
Oh, jeez.
That Ferrari is costing now, dude.
Where is he letting the guys catch up, man?
Well, go ahead of him.
Come past me.
I don't have the juice.
There's nothing. Thanks.
I'm just bump
Let's get
drafting you.
past him.
Come on, guys. Who do you think is going to win here? Who do you think is going to win? Interesting to see.
Put your money on the door.
Pace, can you just for once get a... we keep talking so good when you do the menu laps and stuff. Just represent on these showdown races, man.
Where's your curveballs, man? Your
Pace needs to prep. He needs to prep.
Yeah.
How much fuel
Don't
do you
worry.
guys think you need to the end?
Just enough.
The V12 quite a lot.
Donkey, you shall have enough, bro. You shall have enough.
I actually think I've been saving too much. Because this is the last corner.
This is the first corner, bro.
Well, that's nog 'n stryd, né?
That's a much long bond, Jones.
Damn it.
Sunburn Donkey trading second. Wezo is going to have to make a plan now.
I can see where's his directional button in these corners.
You can see it tip, 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 tip.
Like of 'n ijskei die deur, jong.
You know, Wezo, fall back, let Donkey take it, bro. You both will finish. Come on.
Where's I'll push you on the straight.
That's a very nice delivery, that.
Can you guys run out of fuel, please?
Kenny, Pacey representing in fourth.
I came to give
Yeah,
you
senior Pacer is representing.
You say more behind you.
Pace Senior is representing.
Guys,
What do you have left?
run out of fuel.
20%.
Oh my soul.
Oh no, I've got 41% left.
Ow.
You should let that happen on LNR races, man. Run out of fuel.
Dee da dee da dee. Hey, stop doing the minion, man.
Where's
that's
the policeman? Where's the policeman?
I'm sitting on 8.
Let's get us on the policeman there. Oh, Vashina's trailing the policeman. Bump drafting the policeman.
Oh, Kenny in third.
Kenny's in third place.
24 drafting him.
Skitty en Cabos can do some work in the front of me over here.
I don't think I'm in the ideal position.
Probably not.
Wezo, get that curse on the last corner. And then floor outside.
Looks like a comfortable drive, Pacey.
Yeah,
Look
this
at
car's
your
pretty inside, bro.
Yeah, it is. I can imagine.
I'm looking around even. I'm like,
Around me again, donkey.
hands off the wheel, checking inside the car. Rear view mirror. Yeah,
You can see that on stream.
Ken Doggy Dog being taken by Quarantino.
In the world. Oh, this truck. We can't get any faster or slower.
Ah, fuck, wrong.
Man is blocking. Man is blocking.
Oh, yo.
Oh, look at this battle drag race for the finish.
No,
go in the slip. Go in the slip.
Out the fuel.
Oh,
you
no,
are
man.
joking. You are joking, Wezo.
Oh, I'm out of fuel. Right before the
Tintin is
line.
second. Wezo's going to make it to 10th place. Yo, 4th place just taken from Kaposi. 5 meters before the finish line.
How the hell?
Dog, you ran out of fuel, bro.
Okay.
Pacey.
On the pin. On the pin.
No, Wezo.
Frankie.
Slight miscalculation there.
Like a donkey. Cornelius Reis and send your bank details, bro. You were the one that was right, shouting for donkey donks. It's not all about the fastest horse, it's the donkey who can persevere.
Alweer.
There we go. Are we there yet?
Ik het nie 'n donkie. Ek het nie 'n prancing horse nie, ek het 'n prancing donkey.
Oh, I just love the Afrikaans thing that happens, bro. Ever seen the donkey meme with South Africa with mad lips? He goes like...
I'm still waiting for someone to make a donkey logo for me.
It's beautiful. Well done, guys. That was fun. Guys, comments on the race that you think. Also, guys, let's hear the comments on the YouTube. Let's have a look at what they're saying to you guys. Guys, want to give a shout out to the people who were watching. Anybody want to give us some options for next week's race? Needs to be fun, not a true race. So anything exciting, please write your comments below. Wezo, no city golfs on Goodwood, bro.
Yo.
We're not going to do minis whatsoever. Mini Madness belongs to Sisboxel Stephen Barry.
Cool.
Thanks a lot, guys. From myself and Pace, thank you, Kenny, Tintin, Stiggy, Wezo, Frankie, Cabos, Pacey, Donkey, Skitsy, Vashi. Thank you so much for joining the race, guys. Okay.
Let's chat about it
Awesome.
after the show, guys.
Thanks, guys.
So
Let's
big
put some
thanks.
WhatsApps, groups, write your things. Kalen, take us home, brother.
Cool. So big thanks to everyone that commented in the show tonight. Thanks for joining us for the show, guys. Big up to Lion Online Holdings for this awesome production that
Thank
they
you,
bring
Ruan.
to us. Ruan, big man. Thanks so much for that, bud. Thanks so much to LNR Psycho Sheep for letting us interview him and getting us to ask him all the nitty-gritty questions regarding what he's been doing over the past year or two. Big thanks to Skitty. Thanks so much, big guy, for the Nations race. Big thanks to me for the manufacturers. Big
Thank
thanks
you,
to
Kenny.
Dino for all his awesome comments and this cuck race that he made me do. And yeah, big thanks to you guys, the fans. Keep liking, keep subscribing, keep following
Like,
us.
subscribe, like, subscribe.
Looking out for all the videos and supporting us as much as you guys can. And yeah, bigger and better things coming. Look out for King of the Ring next week, Tuesday.
Yes.
Let's do it, boys.
Pace
Let's do
will
it.
put the details on the chat for you guys now on YouTube. Please make sure that you like and subscribe to his channel to watch the King of the Ring race with him next week, guys. It's absolutely beautiful. It's a wonderful contest. Some awesome drivers also representing there. Beautiful. Thanks a lot from my side as well, guys. Ruan AM Racing, thanks for the production yet again, guys. Absolutely perfect. We love you, mates. And yeah, thanks everyone. Have a good one. Like, subscribe. We love you all, guys. Peace out.
Peace out. Let's go.
Let's go.